So, good morning, students. In today's class, we will continue with the same chapter, that is control and coordination, which we started day before yesterday. Today is our third class on this chapter. In last class, students, we discussed about the receptors, the effectors, the types of neuron, even what is reflex arc, reflex action. This part we discussed in our last class. Now, today we are supposed to start with the human brain. But before starting with the human brain, let me have a feedback from you all regarding the yesterday's class or recapitulation. Before going into the discussion of the brain, now students, first, can anyone tell me what do you mean by receptors? These are the portions which we did yesterday. What do you mean by receptors? What do you mean by receptors? Okay, Anant, Nitika, Nisha, okay, one by one. First, Anant, okay, he raised his hand first. Unmute yourself, Anant. Anant, unmute yourself. I think some technical glitch. Okay, Nitika. Nitika, unmute yourself. Yes, Nitika, unmute yourself. Okay, Nisha, unmute yourself.
The group of cells that detect stimuli to the central nervous system is called receptors.
Okay, that detect the stimuli. Okay. Okay, fine. Yes, Anant, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Anant, go ahead.
Unmute नहीं हो रहा.
Okay, no problem.
Sir, the group of cells that detects stimuli are called receptors.
Very good. Even Anushka has answered through the chat box. Many of the students has also answered through the chat box. Group of cells that detect the stimuli. Very good. Now, the receptors are the group of cells which detect the stimuli. Which neuron connects, listen to my question properly, which neuron connect the receptor to the central nervous system? This through the chat box, all of you answer through the chat box. All of you answer through the chat box. That is, which neuron connects the receptor with the CNS, that is a central nervous system. No, Nisha, listen to the question properly. Which neuron connect receptor to the CNS? Connect receptor to the CNS. Which neuron connect receptor to the CNS? Yes, correct. Good. It's a sensory neuron. Correct. It's a sensory neuron which connect the receptor to the CNS. Very good. Now, next question. What is effector? This no need to write in the chat box because it will be a long answer. Only you raise your hand. No need to write in the chat box. What do you mean by effector? Okay. Okay. This time, Nisha. Nisha, unmute yourself. Nisha, unmute yourself.
The group of cells that show response towards stimuli.
Group of cells that shows response toward the stimuli. Well said, Nisha. Correct. Yes, all the students are. Okay. Okay, this time Anushka also, because she has not spoken. Anushka, you also share.
Group of cells that shows action towards the stimuli are called effector.
Very good. Now, after this, I will ask individually the student. Abhiraj, unmute yourself, Abhiraj. Abhiraj, unmute yourself. Abhiraj, unmute yourself. I noticed, Abhiraj, yesterday also you didn't participate. Anjali, unmute yourself, Anjali. Anjali, unmute yourself. Anjali, what is the name of the neuron that connect the CNS to the effector? What is the name of the neuron that connects CNS to the effector?
Sensory?
No, no. Okay, Anant raised his hand. Anant?
Motor neuron. Motor neuron.
Motor neuron. Very good. Okay, Anant, then the concluding question also you answer. What is the name of the neuron that connect motor neuron and sensory neuron?
Sir, relay neuron.
Very good. Relay neuron. Correct. Very good. Yes, correct. Okay. Now, before going into the diagram and the discussion of the human brain, Arya, unmute yourself, Arya. Yes, Arya, what do you mean by reflex action?
The quick involuntary action taken towards a particular stimuli is called reflex action.
Very good, excellent. And the pathway of the reflex action is called the reflex arc. Okay, student, very good. Now, students, we are starting one of the very important and diagrammatically we can say more important part, that is the human brain. Now, human brain, student, first of all, human brain is the part of the central nervous system, that is CNS. Externally, the human brain is protected within the brain box, which is called the cranium. Now, below the cranium is the cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. Let me use text CSF. Cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, so what is the function of the cerebrospinal fluid which is present below the skull? They protect the brain from any shock or the injury. Okay, now human brain is altogether divided into three parts. What are the name of the different parts? The first part is the forebrain, which we will discuss. The second is the midbrain, and the last is the hindbrain. So these are the three parts of the human brain. This is number one, this is number two, and this is number three. That is a hindbrain. Now, student, from the diagram itself, we can understand that the forebrain is the largest part of the human brain. Okay, the forebrain is the largest part of the human brain. It is also known as cerebrum. It is also known as cerebrum. This is the largest part of the human brain. And what are the functions of the forebrain? The forebrain is the portion of the human brain which controls the major functions like memory, intelligence, thinking, reasoning. These all are being controlled by the forebrain. The next part is the midbrain. The next part is the midbrain. The midbrain is the smallest part of the human brain. Now, students, what is the function of the midbrain? Before discussing the function of the midbrain, let me ask you one very common situation I'm providing you. You tell me what you will do in that situation. You will raise your hand. Suppose, student, all of a sudden a bright light falls on your eye. All of a sudden, listen to the situation very carefully. A bright light falls on your eye. Okay, Anand. Okay, some network issue from your side, I think. Okay. Student, my voice is clear to all? Through the chat box, you kindly reply. My voice is clear to all? My voice is clear to all? Yes, all the students have given the reply yes. Anant, you do one thing. You just leave the class and you rejoin again. Wait, Riya, I'm coming to my question. Anant has a technical glitch. Anant, you leave the class and you join again. Uh, that will be a problem from your side. I will allow you. Just a second, student. Okay. Okay, let me just give me 2-3 seconds. Okay. Yes, Anant, now it's, is it audible? Anant, now it is audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, Anant. Okay. Now see, first let me, okay, I'm giving you a situation. No need to write this situation. The situation is that all of a sudden, a bright light falls on your eye. A bright light, okay, a light with a high intensity falls on your eye. What you will do in this situation? All the students will raise their hand and he will ask individually. Okay, first Anant has raised. Anant, tell me what you will do, Anant.
Sir, I will automatically close my eyes.
Okay. Anand say, I will automatically close my eye. Any other thing, situation which the other student will do? Apart from this closing your eye, any other thing which you will do, the remaining students? Okay, Nitika raised her. Okay, Nitika, unmute yourself. Yes, Nitika, what you will do? Nitika, unmute yourself. Nitika, what you will do?
I will cover my eyes with my hand.
Okay, you will cover your eye with your hand. Okay, Nitika. Any other thing? Any other thing? Okay, Anushka raised her hand. Anushka, tell me.
I'll try to look away from the direction of light.
Okay, okay, very good. Yes, now I'm combining all the three answers which Anant, Nitika, and Anushka gave. Anand say, I will close my eye. Nitika say, I will keep hand on my eye. And Anushka say, I will try to change the location of our face. That is, we will try to move our face apart from the light. Now, see, this student, regarding the parts of our body, this is our head, this is our neck, and this is our trunk area, just above the abdomen. So whenever we will see a bright light, the bright light is the visual stimuli. Visual stimuli. So when a bright light is falling on us, we try to close our eye, we try to keep hand on our eye, we try to move our head, neck apart from the eye. So apart from the light. So what is the function of this? Who controls this function? It is a midbrain. The midbrain controls the movement of the head, neck, and the trunk in response to auditory and visual stimuli. In response to the auditory and the visual stimuli. Auditory stimuli, I will come later on, but now I have said visual stimuli. Is it clear to you that how at the moment of the head, neck, and trunk, in response to the visual stimuli, how it is being controlled and who controls this? That is a midbrain. Is it clear to all? Okay, fine. Now, student, second situation. All of a sudden, suppose you hear a loud sound. All of a sudden, you hear a loud sound. Now, what you will do? Loud sound. Raise your hand, what you will do? Okay, Nisha. Okay, Nisha, Nitika, and Anand. Okay, Nisha first, tell me.
I will close my ear.
You will close your ear. Nitika,
My
what you will
mouth.
do? Nitika, what you will do?
I will go. I will
You
go far away from that place.
Okay, you will go far away from that place. Anant, what you will do? Anant, what you will do?
Sir, I will try to put my finger in my ears
Okay,
so
you will
that I
try to put finger
can't.
in your ear so that the sound cannot enter your ear. Anushka, what you will do?
Yes.
Anushka, what you will do? Maybe student, if it is a
Sir,
repetition
firstly,
also
I'll
do.
cover my ears.
Okay. Okay,
Sir,
correct.
firstly, I'll cover my ears and then try to the sound came.
Okay, fine. Okay, Anushka, correct. So, what the students have suggested, we will try to put ear in our, we will try to put finger in our ear, we'll try to close our ear, we'll try to shift our face apart. So, these all actions you have said when a auditory stimuli is coming towards your ear. Now, what it is? It is again the function of the midbrain to control the movement of the head, neck, and the trunk in response to the auditory stimuli. So is it clear to you what is the function of the midbrain? The midbrain controls the movement of the head, neck, and trunk in response to the auditory and the visual stimuli. Is it clear to you all? The function of the midbrain? Okay, fine. Okay, yes, I got the reply. Now, the third part of the human brain, and also a very important part, that is these three parts: pons, medulla, and cerebellum. The third part is the hindbrain. Yes, Anant, this part, after the head, this part, above the abdomen. Got it, Anant? Understood, Anant? Okay. Now the third part is the hindbrain. Hindbrain is divided into three parts. One is a pons, second is a medulla, and the third is the cerebellum. This pons helps in maintaining respiration. This pons is helping in maintaining respiration. Excuse me. Respiration. Respiration. Now, the second part, that is a medulla. The medulla controls, the medulla controls, remember student, the reflexes which is not under our control. Now, not under our control, will I use the word voluntary or the involuntary? Because in class 9, you have done the chapter tissue. You must be knowing about these terms. For the things which are not under our control, what we will use the term? Involuntary or voluntary? Very good, Nisha. Very good, Anushka. Involuntary. Now, the medulla controls some involuntary reflexes, like what are some examples of the involuntary reflexes? Involuntary reflexes like vomiting, blood pressure, blood pressure. So these all are being controlled by the medulla. And the next part, that is cerebellum. Be very careful, student, whenever you are writing the function of the cerebellum, because cerebellum maximum time you get confused with the word cerebrum. Cerebrum is the forebrain, okay, the part of the forebrain, but cerebellum is a part of the hindbrain. Now, cerebellum, what is the function of the cerebellum? This cerebellum controls the balance and posture of the body, balance and posture of the body. So remember, student, the hindbrain, the three parts, pons, they helps in regulating respiration. Medulla control involuntary reflexes like vomiting, blood pressure, and the cerebellum maintains the balance and posture of the body. So these are the three parts of the hindbrain and their function. Is the function of the brain and its different part is clear to all? Is the function of the parts of the human brain and its function is clear to you all? Okay. Fine. Okay, Nisha, I repeat the function of the forebrain. Okay, you asked to repeat. Okay, Nisha. See, student, the function of the forebrain. The forebrain controls the major activities like, let me write over here so that it will be parallelly more crystal clear to you all. The forebrain contains the controls the function like memory, intelligence, reasoning, IQ, thinking. Okay, is it clear now, Nisha? Remember, Anand, it is not the part of the brain, but its location is in that portion. Okay, its location is there. Even the pituitary gland, okay, located just below the midbrain. Okay, Anand? They have the hormonal role. Actually, the hypothalamus secretes some hormone that will control the pituitary gland, and the pituitary gland will secrete some hormone which will control the remaining glands of the body. That is why the pituitary gland is called the master gland of the body. In this chapter, at the concluding part, when we will study the hormonal role, there we will study this part also. That is, the hypothalamus releases the hormone that control the function of the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland secrete the hormone which control the secretion of the remaining glands of the body. And that is why the pituitary gland is called the master gland of the body. Okay, okay, Anand. Okay, fine. So now, student, at least twice you will practice this. Today's worksheet will be for you will be at least twice will practice the diagram of the human brain. And when the school will reopen, definitely you will submit it to me, the diagram of the human brain. Now, students, today, okay, from you have studied the function. Now I will ask you a few questions. I will ask you a few functions, and now you will tell me that which part of the brain is doing this function. Which part of the brain is doing this function? Just. And this question also came in last year's. Okay, student, if I'm asking you a question, which part of the brain, this is an oral question and answer session, which part of the brain is associated with the function of sensation of feeling full, means hungry. You are feeling full, your stomach is now full. Which part of the brain will do the function of sensation of feeling the full? Sensation of feeling the full, which part? Okay, Nisha raised her hand. Yes, Nisha, unmute yourself.
Forebrain.
Forebrain, very good. Okay. Which part of the brain control the function like salivation? Salivation means coming out of the saliva. Okay, Anushka. Anushka, which part of the brain is doing?
Hindbrain.
Salivation is controlled by hindbrain. Yes, you are correct, Anushka.
Yes, sir.
But see, if in the exam you are writing hindbrain, you will get full marks. But on the safer side, you will also decide the part of the hindbrain which do this. So in bracket, you can mention the name of the part. You are right. Hindbrain, you will be getting full marks. But among the hindbrain, one part is there who is doing that function. What is the name of that part? Anushka? In the hindbrain, one part is there which is doing that function particularly.
Sir,
Medulla. Okay. Yes, correct. Salivation.
yes, sir.
Correct. Good, Anushka. Good attempt. Next question. Walking in a straight line. Who does this function? Who controls this function? Walking in a straight line. Student, no need to write in the chat box. Acha, Abhiraj has written. Ria, holiday projects. Yes, that you will also bring. When the school will reopen, you will submit it to me. Holiday projects. Okay. Anant and Anushka raised. Okay, this time let me give chance to Anant. Anant, unmute yourself.
Sir, cerebellum.
Cerebellum. Okay. Riding in a bicycle. This Anushka. Riding in a bicycle, Anushka.
Sir, cerebellum.
Cerebellum. Okay, Nisha, next question to you. Picking up a pencil. Picking up a pencil, which part of the brain is controlling this function? The third function?
Cerebellum.
Cerebellum. Yes, correct. Cerebellum. If suppose instead of cerebellum, you're writing hindbrain, you will get equal marks because all the three, pons, medulla, and cerebellum, they are the parts of the hindbrain only. Okay, but you have to be specific when you are telling the function of forebrain and the function of the midbrain because there are no subparts which we are studying about them. But the hindbrain, the three subparts are there. Now, though we have discussed the structure of the brain, so ultimately if I ask you how the tissues in the brains are protected, what will be your answer? Who protect the tissues of the brain? Which part protect the tissues? Okay, Anant. Anant, unmute yourself.
Sir, cranium.
Cranium, that is the skull, the brain box. Okay. And what is the name of the fluid present below the cranium? What is the name of the fluid present below the cranium? Forgot. Okay, no problem. Any other students? Okay, Nisha. Okay, Nisha, unmute yourself. Yes, Nisha. It's CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, which will protect the brain from the external injury. Okay. Okay. Any queries till this, students? Otherwise, okay. Today's assignment definitely for you all will be, you will complete or you will draw the diagram and you will. Okay, students, few minutes are definitely left, near about 9 minutes. So once during the classroom time only, you draw the diagram of the human brain and you display your diagram to me by switching on your videos. Start doing. And it will be also an assignment for you all. Twice you will do this. Okay. Okay, all the students switch on your videos. Let me enable you. Just a moment. Let me enable you so that you can show your diagrams. Just a moment. Just a moment. So that I can see here, you have started your work. All the students, switch on your videos. Switch on your videos so that I will have a I can keep eye on your work. Camera towards your work. Camera towards your work. The diagram of the human brain. Camera towards your work. Yes, Manvi, camera towards your work. Just rotate the camera towards your work. Okay. Just I want to see the work of the students. Okay, yes. Anushka, you can switch off your video. I have seen your work, Anushka. Manvi, also you can switch off your video. I have seen your work is on progress. Remaining students, please switch on your videos. Yes, Ria, you are correct. Oh, Anant, CFS, it is CSF. Yes, Anant, I've seen in the chat box, it is CSF, cerebrospinal. Okay. Nitika, yes, you can switch off your video. I've seen your work. Anant. Okay, Nisha. Nisha, also you can switch off your video. I've seen your work is on progress. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Yes. Yes, students, keep on doing this, and when you will complete your work, yes, very soon you will complete your work. Okay, good. Thank you.